the middle. Kayla, obviously you're facing Holly Holm, you know, one of the more tenured women in this division. So was this a name that when they approached you, were you happy with this name? And I think a lot of people were surprised it was going to be a bantamweight considering, you know, your career in the PFL.
Yeah, of course. I think, you know, I don't use the word legend lightly, but I think Holly is very much a legend in the sport. She's been in the top 10 for years now. She's been a former champ. So I didn't come over here to just see how I can do and fight amongst everyone, but I'm here to come over and win a UFC title and finish my career on top. So Holly's a good start to that.
I do have to ask, how has it been having to cut to 136 pounds?
Do I look okay? I look in shape? I'm coming for a UFC title, so fucking come hell or high water. 135, here I come.
And one final one for you. I would be remiss, but I have to ask, what do you think of Cyborg is training with Holly down in Jackson?
Who? God, she just loves to stir the fucking pot, doesn't she? Go home already. Nobody cares.
And a question for Kayla. How and when did these conversations start to eventually make the move over here?
Well, I mean, I think when I first started MMA, the goal was always to become UFC champion. It's been a lot of highs and lows, some bumps along the way, but ultimately this was the goal when I came to MMA. And I knew that whatever contract I signed was probably going to be the last contract I signed. And if not now, then when? I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm able. I don't want to look back and be 70 years old and say, fuck, I wish I had given it a shot. So it's time to go, baby.
And what are your thoughts on the current situation at women's bantamweight?
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. My thoughts are there's a new sheriff in town, and on April 13th, everybody's going to find out.
If somebody beats her, they go on to get a title shot. Has there been any assurance from the UFC to you that if you beat her, you would be next in line?
You know, this sport is crazy. You got to take it one fight at a time. My focus is on April 13th, UFC 300, Las Vegas, live. Holly Holm and me are going to throw down in the cage. And I plan on putting on such a beating that they have no choice but to give me the title shot after that. It's in my hands.
Thanks.
Do we have any more media questions? One more?
For Kayla, first of all, when did bantamweight become a reality for you? Was it when Amanda retired? Did you start thinking, hey, it might be 135?
Well, really, bantamweight became a reality and is going to become a reality on April 12th. It's not something that I had considered before, but I knew that, again, whatever contract I signed was going to be the last contract. This opportunity arose. I don't want to look back on my life and say, what if, what if, what if? Yes, it's a sacrifice. Yes, it sucks. I miss pizza. I miss cookies. I miss brownies. But I do believe that UFC Gold will be worth it.
Space, want to know, what are you doing for the weight cut? Are you working with the Performance Institute, and how's that going?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am working with Charles. I also have my nutritionist here on the ground in Miami, Eric Pena. I have my chef, Dara, Dish Bliss Kitchen, who's also a nutritionist. They're super dialed in. My coaches are all, everyone's like, you know, they're prepared. I'm trusting them. I'm trusting the process. And I'm loving it.
Total pro. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, this one's for Kayla.
Oh, Steve-O is in the building. Give it up for Steve-O. He is the absolute best. We love you.
Steve-O!
Okay, go ahead.
Kayla, I'm just curious, with UFC 300, huge event, but also UFC 299 in Miami, now your hometown, South Florida. Were there any thoughts of having you fight in this show instead of UFC 300?
No, I didn't get offered that. I got offered UFC 300, Holly Holm, Las Vegas. It feels like the Olympics all over again, so let's fucking go. But I do love Miami.
I love that.
So, who would be your dream fight? Amanda Nunes or Cyborg? And how would that go, by the way?
I mean, I really can't stand Cyborg, so I do want to punch her in the face. But Amanda's the GOAT. And if you want to be the GOAT, you got to beat the GOAT. So I'd love to fight Amanda someday.
Respect.
Question for Ariman.